Welcome back to the JSP and Servlet beginner course.
In the previous video, we have discussed about the request dispatcher. We also discussed how to dispatch that request object to another component in the same application. We also created our very first JSP and we printed a message in the browser. So in this video, let's try to access a full name inside the JSP and let's try to print a message in the browser saying hello B2Tech or whatever the name that the user will enter. So let's get started. To access a full name inside the output.jsp, first we need to send that object to a output.jsp. If you look at the last two lines, we are dispatching the request object and forwarding the request and response object to a output.jsp. So now if I send the full name along with the request object, then we can easily access inside the output.jsp. The question is, how do we send that object along with the request object? Well, the request object contains a special method called setAttribute. This will take two arguments, one is name and a value. The value is nothing but an object which we are going to send, and the name is nothing but a string which will be used to access a value inside the JSP, and this name should be unique. Anytime if we want to access a value, we will access with the help of this name. So inside the servlet, we will write like this: request.setAttribute, and we will specify a key which is nothing but a name and an object which is nothing but a full name. So now inside the output.jsp, we have to access this request object. Inside the JSP, we will include a scriptlet and we will write a Java code inside of it. There are so many ways to write a Java code inside the JSP. Scriptlets is just one of them. We will talk about the other ways as we go further. So inside the scriptlets, we will access the request object. So how do we access the request object? Well, you don't have to do anything for that. By default, the request and response objects will be available inside the scriptlets. To get the value from a request object, we will call a getAttribute method on the request object. This will take a string as an argument and we will pass a key to which value we have to access, or we have to pass a name to which value we have to access. So inside the JSP, inside the scriptlets, we will write like this: request.getAttribute, and we will specify a key. We have to specify a same name as we have specified in the servlet while setting up the attribute. This will print a full name inside the browser. If you want, we can also surround this scriptlets with the HTML tags like this. This will print hello, whatever the name that the user will enter in a separate paragraph. Well, I think it's the best time to ask you something. If you are enjoying my course, then leave a 5-star rating to my course and help other students to enroll my course. If you want to say something about my course, then feedback would be appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.